Welcome back to another episode of the Cedar House Sessions. This is a collaborative project between the Haida Gwaii Radio Society and Ging Gang Hla God Independent Music and Arts Cooperative. We are happily broadcasting to you live from Haida territory in beautiful Skidegate, and we have Harmonie Rose in the studio today. Welcome, Harmonie. Really happy to have you.
It's nice to be here.
You want to kick us off with a song?
You bet. I wrote this one over 20 years ago. It's of the blues variety.
All right, you are listening to Harmonie Rose live from the Cedar House. You mentioned that you wrote that song over 20 years ago. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got your start as a musician?
So I grew up in Whitehorse, Yukon, and there was a kind of hippie festival that Yukoners would do in February, and my dad brought me to this festival. I was about 13, 14, and quite smitten with how people expressed themselves and could dance, and really it was all about live music. And at the end of the festival, I picked up a harmonica off of a table in the hallway. It had one broken reed, but I claimed it as my own, and I just really hit it off with this one instrument. My dad is a musician who plays guitar, but I hadn't picked up guitar yet. Harmonica was my first instrument.
Very cool. And the guitar came into the mix at what point?
So then I had a guitar, but I didn't really get into it until I moved to North Bay, Ontario. And I had really gotten into harmonica playing and would play, working my way into where bars and stuff when I was still underage, but they kind of turned their face away knowing that I was getting on stage and playing harmonica with the bands. And I realized that I didn't want to just be a sideshow. I wanted to do the whole act. So I really took playing guitar more seriously and was self-taught.
It was kind of a way to accompany yourself with the guitar.
Harmonica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. You ready for another song?
I think so. All right. So this one's a little more reggae influenced. And so in Haida Gwaii here, we have a weather system called from the Southwest. And people from Haida Gwaii will know, or may know, that Southwesterlies bring all kinds of weather.
Oh, yeah.
And so I wrote this song, and it's called I'm a Southwester. I'm a Southwester. I'll give you rain, I'll give you wind, then I'll give you sun. I'm a Southwesterly. I'll give you hail, I'll give you snow, and then I'll give you sun. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Just when you put your jacket on, my sun will shine on you and you'll take your jacket off again. My wind blows straight from the southwest, bringing you changes you can count on again and again and again. If you're out on the ocean, it may seem so calm, but the wind will pick up and push you around. My storms are strong and you need protection, but they're short-lived and they won't last long. Pot of gold. You're not careful, I'll blow your roof off, I'll blow your walls down, give you hypothermia. I'm a Southwester. I'll give you rain, I'll give you wind, and then I'll give you sun. I'm a Southwesterly. I'll give you hail, I'll give you snow, and then I'll give you sun. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
That was a very relatable song to anyone who lives in Haida Gwaii throughout the winter. You've been living here for almost 25 years now and have always been a staple in the Haida Gwaii music scene your whole time here. I'm curious what brought you out to Haida Gwaii originally.
So I came here as a tree planter, but I heard about Haida Gwaii, which wasn't really as on people's radar as it is nowadays, because I was busking, playing my guitar in the streets of Nelson, where I was a tree planting, collecting EI snowboard bum, and that's where I learned to snowboard before coming here in '96. And I looked up, and there was a fellow walking past with 2 guitars, one in each hand, and I said, "Hey, come play some music," which we hit off a friendship. And this guy told me about Haida Gwaii and actually mentioned the name of who ended up being the father of my first 4 kids, and I have 6.
So he mentioned the name before you even came to Haida Gwaii, and you met him here.
So I ran out of EI and I had to get back to work. And here in Haida Gwaii, there's an earlier season than the mainland because it's, obviously it's warmer. We're on the coast. And so I came here with a tree planting contractor from Nelson. And I ended up meeting the fellow that was mentioned that would be somebody that I would get along with. And I stayed.
Came and made a family here and a home, but in a kind of roundabout way, music was the thing that sort of brought you up here because, like you said, you met this guy with a guitar and said, "Let's jam." And on the street, you guys made a friendship, and then all of a sudden, here you are in Haida Gwaii for work, continuing with your music up here, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, music's great.
Speaking of music, you want to hit us with another song?
Yeah, so speaking of tree planting, I wrote this one about planting. So all the tree planters out there should be able to relate. And slash is something that coastal planters will know about.
I know it well
inland
myself.
planters may not.
Yeah.
All right, tree planting blues. Welcome to the slash. We're here to make some cash. All we gotta do is learn how to get ourselves around. We're looking for dirt, trying not to get hurt, putting a cautious look on that log in the air. It ain't so easy, you might even lose me if I fall down that hole between those big stones and knock myself out. Let's hear it for the slash, let's hear it for the cash. It's been a long winter eating PB&J. Let's hear it for camp, come on, it's not too damn. Just put your standees up by the fire. Won't be too long till we're all long gone. So let's make the best of the situation. Keep on smiling. Well, here's the slash, and later's the cash. What will you do with that fat white check? I'm leaving the country. My eyes are hungry for some toys to make my life a little more fun. Are you getting a car? Are you going far? Or are you simply paying off a loan? Won't it be nice? Well, I'm looking ahead to my rocky bed. It's the only place that I can call my own. There's bodies around and oh, so much ground. But after a month seems I'm losing my mind. But I'll survive, yes, I'll be alive when I put my last tree in the ground. Yeah.
I can heavily relate to that song because I've worked here as a tree planter as well. And you're totally right. Just moving around sometimes is a complete puzzle and takes a lot of thinking and planning just to get 5 feet in front of you to plant your next tree. So that really hit home for me. In 2007, you recorded your first solo album, and the whole thing happened here on Haida, Gwaii, which is a rare and awesome thing to happen. It's a very appropriately named album, Island Time. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about the recording process here?
Sure. Well, I have played, I think, every single festival. Well, not every. I've been at, for sure, and played most of the festivals.
Edge of the World?
Edge of the World.
Yeah.
And I came off the stage from Edge of the World in, must have been 2006. And this fellow came up to me and was like, hey, you know, really like your music, and I've got a little recording studio, and if you ever want to make a CD, you know, here I am. Here's my number. And this was Charlie Robertson. And he came back to Haida Gwaii. He left and he came back. Great guy, excellent musician. I took him up on that offer, and I would go and see him, and I had no end of songs. So I've got an album with 16 songs on it, and I'm ready to make another one of these days.
Right on. Yeah, I can kind of tell you have no end of songs. It's pretty rare for us here at the Cedar House when we're doing one of these sessions for someone to come and kind of pick out of an entire book of songs which 5 they're going to do. Most people
It's
come
hard.
and they know exactly what they're going to do, and they've just got their 5 songs ready. But it was a definite first for us to have someone just kind of, oh, which one will I do today? Leafing through a whole book that's full. So that's cool. And definitely it's always interesting and exciting when people record their original music here on Haida Gwaii, because it's not something that's super easy for musicians to do that live here. And there's tons and tons of musicians, but not everyone gets it together enough to record an album. So that's awesome, and really happy that you did that back in Haida Gwaii. Kind of set a path for other musicians to follow, and hopefully it keeps happening. Do you have another song ready for us?
Yeah, I do. So I haven't played this one in a while, but when I was down on the beach prior to coming up here today, it came up, and it's just a song I really feel connection to, because, you know, everyone's got their down days, and that's what this song is about. So, you know, that's what it's about. I went through a lot of down days in my time. I'm a prisoner of my emotion. No amount of logic can change this feeling. I'm burning up inside, burning up. I need to make a change, rearrange. I need to get right down, 'cause my brakes are gone. Gotta find a new way, gotta sing a new song. It's been too long since I seen the sun. It's been so hard trying to get along. Feels like my ship broke down out in the deep sea, and I landed on an island where there's no one but me. No one but me. No one but me. But I can't change this scene without some light in my heart. The darkness will end me. Darkness will end me. Darkness will end me, yeah. understanding and get through this one. Survive my pain. Please don't leave me alone. Lord, I just can't be left alone. Na, 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 na. Please don't leave me alone. Lord, I just can't be left alone.
You're listening to Harmonie Rose live from the Cedar House and the Cedar House Sessions. She just played us a upbeat song that's about down days. Harmonie, you're what I would call a driving force in the local music scene here, whether it's putting together DIY music festivals like Half Moon Fever, which happens in August, if I'm not mistaken, or hosting open mic nights in your hometown of Port Clements. I think it's starting up this next Saturday night, and it'll be the first Saturday of every month from then on. It's really important to have people like you doing things like that on Haida Gwaii, which is chock full of musicians, but sometimes people don't come out and get together to play music. So it's really awesome to have people like that. But you're in a pretty unique position to kind of tell people such as myself who are really interested in getting involved in the music scene, kind of how it's evolved here in Haida Gwaii over the past, like you said, you've been here for about 25 years. If it's changed at all, if it's pretty much the same, just kind of what it's been like. I'm really curious.
I miss the drum circles.
Oh, yeah. Those don't happen anymore, hey?
In my mind, I would really love to try to like get that going on again. We used to have drum circles.
Oh, yeah.
Back in, late 90s. But there's always musicians.
Mm-hmm.
They come and they go, and sometimes they stay the same. And it's important to attend and support and create scenes where people can feel motivated to get out and show their stuff. I mean, I'm a performing musician. I basically don't necessarily play by myself for myself. Mm. When I have an audience, that's when I like to pull out my guitar. Mm-hmm. So whether that's jamming around the campfire or at a open mic night or at there's some very interesting parties going on in Haida Gwaii where there's live music followed by DJs. And I'm inspired by the likes of you, actually, Marcus, who've done some interesting things up at the Trout House. And we have solstice musical happenings. And, there's always been music and there's always going to be music. Mm. It's something that's not going away anytime soon.
That's good to hear for sure. And like you said, it's really important to have people come out and have avenues for them to show their stuff. Just like you were talking about Edge of the World Music Festival. You played that a couple times. All of a sudden it turned into an opportunity for you to record an album here. And, that's really awesome to think that musicians more and more will continue to come out and share their original music with Haida Gwaii. And one of the reasons why we do the Cedar House Sessions is just another way for people to do that. And speaking of the Cedar House Session, it is a collaborative effort between Ging Gang Hla Independent Music and Arts Cooperative and the Haida Gwaii Radio Society. This episode has been Harmonie Rose live in the Cedar House Session. Harmonie, do you want to play us out with a tune?
You bet. This is one of my jamming partner Tracy's favorite songs. She always calls on this one when she's at a loss of what we're going to play when we jam. My good friend Tracy Murphy. So this one's for you, Tracy. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. sunshine on a cloudy day. If you're looking for trouble, you can go away. Don't say nothing if there's nothing nice to say. Nothing nice. Nothing nice. Nothing nice. If you ain't got nothing, you can always pray. You'd like to see me go, but I'm here to stay. Sunny skies follow those who love the day. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. A long way. A long way. A long way. If you're feeling tired, you can hit the hay. Too much stress will make your mind fray. It's not always work, so make some time to play. My mind's made out of mud, it's not made out of clay. Out of clay. Out of clay. Out of clay. Little bit of kindness goes a long way. A little bit of kindness goes a long way.